Hello everyone, welcome to the channel for everything Arsenal and everything football. Thanks for being here. I hope you're all doing well and welcome to the player ratings for Arsenal's 3-2 victory over the now relegated Watford. And yeah, Watford have been relegated. They joined Bournemouth and Norwich in the championship next season. The game panned out the way I expected it to pan out, at the end at least. Side to side, end to end. Both teams trying to go for it. Watford trying to get the goals to survive. Arsenal trying to gain the momentum for next week's FA Cup final. But the game was kind of surprisingly easy for the first 30 to 40 minutes. We were getting the goals. We were creating a couple of chances. We were getting Aubameyang the goals he needed. He fell short by one goal. Vardy won the top scorer. Congratulations to him. Vardy becomes the oldest player to win the Golden Boot in Premier League history. So shout out to him. And yeah, it was at the end it was a very scary game. Our defense looked shaky again, didn't look like the same defense that played against City and Liverpool. The last two games again, we've now seen the real Arsenal emerging again, poor defensively, always giving you heart attacks and stuff, but at least we did manage to get the win. It was a vital win going into the FA Cup final next week. Chelsea have qualified for the Champions League. They'll have the momentum too for playing to play us next week. Last season, remember, we were in the same position. Chelsea had qualified for the Champions League. We were trying to qualify for the Champions League. We played them in the Europa League final and they beat us. And this is the same situation. They've already qualified for Champions League. We are trying to qualify for the Europa League. And we have another final. A win for us will take us to the Europa League. And they don't really need the win. But just for Lampard's first season, ending up with the title would be good for them. So, yeah. For the game against Watford, I'd say the defense, as I've said, was very shaky. But let me get into the lineup reaction. For the lineup reaction, I was surprised by the starting lineup for sure. I expected Nketiah to start, Willock to start. He started Nelson to start. I expected maybe Tierney to rest, especially Tierney and Ceballos. I expected them to rest. I can understand why Aubameyang started because he needed the top scorer, needed to get the goals, but didn't work out at the end. So we had Martinez in goal, obviously. Matt Messi is playing his this is his last season, so I thought maybe he could be given a chance, but no romance from Arteta. Niles started at the back with Holding, Luiz and Tierney. We played a back four today. First time, I think, in like 8 or 9 games. Xhaka, Ceballos and Willock in the middle. Pepe, Lacazette and Aubameyang up front. The likes of Kolasinac, Nketiah, Torreira, Nelson were all on the bench. And we did get the victory, as I've said. This was our 9th final day victory in a row. We always win the final day games. I can remember Newcastle a couple of years ago, crucial for our top 4, but I wish we could have been fighting for that right now. Last season, we beat Burnley on the final day. I remember beating Everton on the final day. I think Sunderland. Yeah, so we always have good final days, but unluckily, or just to basically sum up our season, we didn't have anything to play for on the final day. So yeah, big one for Arteta. I know he wasn't manager for the whole season, just half of the season. I'll probably do a full season review and talk about the stats from this season, both Emre's, Ljungberg's, Arteta, and how Arsenal's Premier League season went. But I think I'm gonna do that after the Chelsea final. And yeah, another stat again this season, we only scored 56 goals. I think that is the least in very many years. We never scored just 56 goals. Very many teams have scored more than us. Even Southampton I think Southampton have even scored close to Arsenal's goals. So that is not something we're not always we always see. So yeah, that is the lineup reaction and the game reaction. Let me now get into the player ratings for the match. So in goal again, Martinez, another brilliant performance. It will be very interesting to see who's going to be our first choice goalkeeper next season. Leno and Martinez, and this is one reason I also want us to qualify for the Europa League. I want one keeper to be in the Premier League and the other one to contest the Europa League, FA Cup and the Carabao Cup. So Martinez today, brilliant save from Welbeck, almost made it 3-3. We almost threw away another lead again this season. Another terrible start about our season, throwing away leads. We almost threw away again a 3-goal lead this time. So Martinez is going to get an 8 for today. The back four, not really convincing apart from Tierney. I'll start with Tierney at left back. Got a goal, got an assist from a throw-in. anything to relegate Watford. Anything to relegate Watford. If it means scoring from a throw-in, if it means scoring penalties, if it means a defender scoring, as long as we relegate Troy Deeney and his teammates, we didn't care. So Tierney was brilliant again, has to start the final. I don't know which formation Arteta is going to go for, but Tierney has to start the final, of course. Slowly becoming one of our best players right now. I can't wait for him to play the full season next season. So Tierney gets an 8 for today. In the middle, David Luiz. David Luiz broke the record today. He became the first ever player in Premier League history to give away 5 penalties in one season. The first one was at Anfield when we lost. The second one was at Stamford Bridge when he got the red card. The third one was at the Etihad. Oh yeah, not the third one though. Okay, the first one was against Watford back then at Vicarage Road, and then Anfield, and then Etihad, and then Stamford Bridge, and then today. So those are the 5 times he's given away a penalty this season. Very, very clumsy. I don't think it was supposed to be a penalty, but looking at it again, probably yes. So Luiz needs to be careful with that. Unluckily, we don't have anyone else to play in that position next week. He has to play against his former club as long as he doesn't make those mistakes. He had a couple of good passes, but conceding 2 goals, giving away a penalty, breaking a record like that when we had people like Richard Dunn in the Premier League before, careless defenders, I'm going to give Luiz a 4. The next one is going to be Holding. Holding again, not the best today. Had a couple of clearances, but there's a time the ball came in and he tried to clear with his left and he missed the ball. Such mistakes he can't do in the final. We need a repeat of the 2017 performance, final performance. So Holding for today, unfortunately, I'm going to give him a 4 too. A 4 for him and 4 for Luiz. The right back, Niles, didn't really stand out as he stood out against Man City in the semi-final 1 week ago. So I'm going to give him a 5. Let me go to midfield now. Xhaka is going to get a 6. Comfortable a couple of times, lost the ball, but he's been important since the lockdown, since he came back from the injury, picked up against Man City in the league was it in June? Yeah. So we need a big performance from him in the middle against Chelsea. I hear Kante could be back. Kovacic, Jorginho needs a big performance against those midfielders. Ceballos, again, good for me, good passes. Passing from the back, scary for the fans, but he looked comfortable. So sometimes he holds on to the ball a bit too long, but he didn't lose the ball a lot today. Don't even think he lost the ball. So Ceballos gets a 7. The next one is Willock. Expected him to start. He's going to get a 6 for today. Up front, Pepe. I don't think Pepe has really delivered in the last couple of games. Yes, he got an assist against Man City in the semi-final. He was one of our better players. When I was doing the ratings for that game, I didn't really remember that he held on to the ball and gave it to Tierney and for the second goal. But Pepe today didn't really do anything. That cross to Aubameyang, the pre-assist for Tierney's goal, but I'm going to give him a 6 for today. The next one is Lacazette, also didn't really stand out. I'm going to give him a 6. Aubameyang, so close to the golden boot again, so close to sharing this season again. I'm going to give him a 9. You could see that players are looking to give him the ball, but unfortunately he didn't get that hat-trick. But happy with the season again. We really need to sign him up. We really need to give him a new contract. Can't afford to lose him. Without Aubameyang, we would be 18th or 19th in the table. So he needs to sign a new contract. So Aubameyang gets a 9 for today. From the bench, Kolasinac, the second goal came from his wing. So again, he didn't really convince us to start the final. So I'm going to give Kolasinac a 4. Nketiah, I thought he should have shot because we really needed the win, but he was trying to get Aubameyang the hat-trick, trying to get him the golden boot. So I'm going to give him a 5. Torreira again, for me, too rush. He looked too rush again, like the Aston Villa game. I don't know what has happened, but he's looking too rush. He's looking like he can get a red card anytime, and I don't like that. So Torreira gets a 4. Nelson gets a 6, did a bit well when he came on. Gave the ball to, I think it was Niles. We created a chance like twice, so Nelson gets a 6. Arteta for today is going to get an 8. I wasn't really keen on starting everyone, but I did. We didn't pick up any injuries apart from a time Martinez and Luiz collided, and a time Tierney and Aubameyang were fouled. So those were scary moments. So Arteta gets an 8 for today. Has a lot to do from tomorrow. The transfer window opens tomorrow. Has a lot to do. So yeah, the referee for today, I don't know, Mike Dean, he looked very frustrated that he had to give Arsenal a penalty. So I'm going to give him a 2. So that is the match review of the player ratings for Arsenal against Watford. Watford are now relegated. Chelsea, Man U have qualified for the Champions League. Tottenham and Wolves have gone to the not Wolves. Tottenham and Leicester have gone to the Europa League. Wolves have to wait for Arsenal and Chelsea in the FA Cup final to decide. Big final day. Teams relegated. Teams qualifying for Champions League and Europa League. Make sure you turn on your post notifications. From tomorrow, I'll have special transfer videos of how we could line up with different players, different targets, players I'd want Arsenal to buy, and of course the preview for Arsenal Chelsea, a quiz for Arsenal Chelsea. A lot coming up from next week. Big summer for Arsenal. Let me know in the comment section who your man of the match was. Who from that lineup, who would you want to be omitted from the FA Cup final? Would you start someone like Pepe in the final? Would you start or will you start holding in the final? Would you bring on Socrates? Niles, does it start for you? Let me know in the comment section. Thanks for watching again. Keep staying safe, and I'll talk to you later.